hello. This is Chow and I kind of wandered into a saw trap here, where
Introducing for that 8 pounds, even at 20 and a half inches, Damien!
Oh my god, he's so fresh.
Pretty sure he just shit in my hand. I felt it.
Yeah,
Nice.
more to come.
Look at him. Look at the little guy.
Wow, I gotta make you full screen for me.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations, man.
Look how precious.
He's so
listen
new.
to that little
Give him back to Mama.
He's
little
so
podcaster.
new. I know, a future podcaster.
Hey guys.
Hey.
How
Where
you
you been?
How or where?
Where?
Just off to the side over here.
Oh, okay.
Heard Eric, fart a few times, get his whole thing ready.
That was Damien. That was that wasn't me.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm gonna blame all of them on him.
True.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
What's up?
Well,
How are you?
we
doing?
didn't have as monumental of a week as you have. That's for
Wow.
sure.
Yeah, little Damien came early. He was scheduled to have a C-section. Nadine was scheduled to tomorrow, the 18th. So yeah, he came a few days early.
That's
gonna
amazing,
say.
man. What
Just gonna say I called it. Just gonna say.
Did you call it?
Kinda.
I don't remember. Yeah, good job.
I believe you said June 2nd, right, chat? Or something
Oh,
a little.
we did have an episode where we tried to call it.
Yeah, wait, didn't we have a poll going or something,
Yeah,
or a
yeah.
bet? We're gonna have to check that out again. Go back
Editor,
and-
fudge the results so I win.
Thanks, editor.
So yeah, what else has been going on with you guys? Anything new with you guys?
Yeah, we also had babies, but we're not show offs. We're you know,
Yeah.
My bad.
yeah. Well, I mean,
How's-
shit, I picked up a chair off of Craigslist today for Lizzie. You guys ever buy something off Craigslist?
Coconut.
Not in a long time. You buy coconut on Craigslist?
Yeah, so it was New Year's Day, the 1st of January 2021. And Nadine and I had been talking about like getting a dog when we get married and yada yada. We were engaged at the time. And we were at her friend's birthday dinner, and it was like a Mexican restaurant. And there were like 20 or 30 of us there. And I didn't even realize, but Nadine had just like subtly just kept putting margarita after margarita in front of me. And so by the end of the dinner, right, I'm gone. And she's like, hey, there's a guy, he's on Craigslist. I saw him. He's kind of, he's only like 5 minutes away from here. He says he has puppies. We should go look. And I'm like, yeah, let's go look at the puppies. So we drive there. When we get to this like community, he's like standing outside the gate, and it's just an Asian dude. And he has just like a bundle of blankets in his arms. And I'm in the passenger seat, obviously. I get out of the car, and he just like opens the blanket, and Coconut's little baby face is just right there. And he's like, meh. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a little Coconut. And that's how we got his name. And that's how I spent $1,000 on a dog off of Craigslist.
I thought he was selling blankets.
Yeah, right.
Played you like a fiddle, Nadine did.
Yeah, she did.
She softened you up, and she knew, Man, how's Coconut reacting to her new little brother?
He's a boy.
Oh, okay.
God. No, he's he's good. He hasn't been too like crazy or anything so far. He's sniffing the baby and checking him out. He goes and like we have this little like snuggle me little bed thing that he sleeps on the couch, Damien. And like, when we put him in there while we're like hanging out on the couch, Coconut will like go and sit next to him and like put his paw on the thing and like just hang out. Yeah, it seems like he's being
protective older sister. That's very nice of her.
I see what you did there, but I'm gonna let it slide.
All right.
So yeah, it's been good so far.
His like internal dog instincts have kind of like peaked up a little bit.
I think so. Yeah, Nadine thinks he's sadder and like more depressed because he's not getting enough attention now. But I'm like, I think you're just projecting. I think he's fine. Yeah,
That's sweet.
He'll buck up and learn what's humans first, dogs second. Not to be too harsh, but
a lot of people would disagree with you. Actually,
Yeah, you gotta alienate all our audience.
Go back to that trolley problem, and I'm sure we'll see. It's not
one dog versus one human. That caused a lot of
that
controversy.
human is
Toast.
pavement.
All
Does the
right.
dog sleep with you and the baby now? All on the bed? Are you all piled in a big hamster
No,
pile?
no. Dog dog. The baby gets his own crib.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's still in our room, but he's in a crib.
Oh, that's nice. So you don't have like baby monitor stuff to worry about.
Yeah. So well, actually, the crib we got actually has a baby monitor built in. But yeah, for now, I only utilize it when like Nadine is sleeping and the baby's sleeping, and it's like, okay, I'm still awake, like playing video games or whatever it is. I'll just keep the monitor on my phone. There's like an app, so I can make sure like if he does wake up, I'll go grab him before he wakes Nadine up, so she can keep sleeping and stuff like that. But yeah, eventually when we move him to his room, then yeah, we'll definitely use the monitor a lot more.
You'll go to the baby and gently say, "Daddy's in the middle of a raid. Be quiet."
Yeah.
Back to your PlayStation.
Yes, sir. So yeah, it's been nice adjusting to life over the last week with a baby. It's been interesting.
Yeah, I feel like we're
can
talking to a
only
different
imagine.
David right now.
Yeah, it's Dadvid now.
David.
And Dadvid says it's time for the theme song.
Everything, everything, everything is everything.
Everything is everything.
Everything.
Is everything.
Everything
Is
is everything.
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 Is everything.
Everything.
Is everything.
Everything
Is
is everything.
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 Is everything.
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 Everything is everything.
Everything is
Everything is 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 everything is
It's everything. It's everything. It's everything. It's everything.
Yes. Happy Father's Day, everybody, or belated Father's Day. Did you guys do anything for Father's Day? I've had enough talking to you, David. Chatwin, did you do anything for Father's Day?
Yeah, actually, I did, Eric. Thank you for
Ooh,
asking.
You're welcome.
I had a lovely day with my father, but
Ooh.
yeah, we went and had it actually landed on his birthday, so it was Father's Day and my dad's birthday this year.
Whoa.
But in the spirit of Father's Day, Chance and I went out to the desert, and while we were out there, I got a flat tire in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Nice.
And you know what? In the spirit of Father's Day, Chance and I changed the tire out there in the desert and fixed it and went about our day. You know what? It inspired a lot of confidence between the two of us.
If it wasn't
Yeah.
Father's Day, what would you have just left the tire?
What?
Like in the spirit of Father, like if it was just
I
a
mean
normal
that,
day,
like,
we were
I
you
can't
know-
act like a dad today. It's not
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to call for help.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my dad should be proud because, you know,
Yeah.
we changed a tire. Like, that's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's first grade SpongeBob. But it's been many years since I've had to change a tire.
Your Jeep has a spare tire built in.
I
right?
did, yeah.
Nice,
I had a
that's
whole, it's a totally different wheel too. So it wasn't like I was on a donut or nothing. It's
Yeah.
a brand spanking
That was
new
my
tire
question.
and wheel.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of the Jeep is you got that wheel right back there. That
is.
perfectly spare tire.
Came in handy.
It's not even
Came in
really a
very
spare
handy.
tire, like you said. It's just a fifth tire. It's a fifth wheel and tire.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a new tire.
Yeah.
it really is. So
That's
that
a
was-
lost thing nowadays. I don't know if you've. I don't think either of you have gotten a new car. You guys both still have the same cars, huh?
I got a new car in 2016-ish, but
Does yours have a spare tire in the trunk? If you look in
no,
the
mine
trunk?
had a donut.
Yeah,
I
like a
had to use
donut.
the donut,
Yeah, but it's
yeah.
in the trunk. That's the
Mhm.
thing they don't do anymore because most cars have run
Yeah.
flats now, but they don't give you like the spare tire in the trunk anymore.
definitely something worth looking into when you're buying a new car.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also, not getting a flat is something you should look into. Is if you can handle it, if you can help it.
Were you guys just like off roading in the desert or?
Yeah, we went out to go shooting and we were off-roading in the desert.
Nice.
And Chance is like, "Do you hear that noise?" And I thought it was something like by Ear Pro, but it was not. It was like, when you're out there, you're either going to make a decision, you call it, wrap it up, and go.
Right.
And hopefully you have enough like air in your tire to get back to
Yeah.
where you can change a tire
Yeah.
or refill up a tire. It was logistically like when you're out in the middle of nowhere, the odds are not exactly on your side.
Now, question.
A lot can go wrong, I guess.
Yeah. When you guys go out to the desert and shoot, you just go out like random spots in the desert, right? There's not like a shooting range or anything, or is there? Or is it like a mixture?
there are established places where people shoot that
Uh-huh.
are out in the middle in BLM land, the Bureau of Land Management, owned by the government.
Uh-huh.
So you can go out there and camp for free. You can go out there and go out shooting for free, but it's past city limits. So you're not like, you're nowhere near town.
Okay, so I guess my real question would be, is there ever a point in time where you're just like off-roading and you're like drifting and like just having fun and like driving around in the desert, and then Chance is just like outside of the car, just like shooting the gun and just like
Like
know,
a music
Full-on
video?
Dukes of
Yeah.
Hazard style.
yeah, you know,
Hoo-wee!
Yeah.
set up some targets and do like a little like obstacle course kind of thing. Pow, 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 pow. You know.
Yeah, I do. No comment.
I would
No
love to be the
comment.
driver in that situation. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, Gilbertson, he had a pickup truck,
Uh-huh.
and I wasn't there, but they would sit in the trunk and fly down the road on a dirt road and shoot from the top.
Yeah, that's
But,
cool. That's dope.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Very
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah.
you have to know where there's a lot of rules to it, but
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah,
Very
you have
fun.
to go the right speed and velocity, otherwise the bullet will like come back at you, right?
You're driving that fast. No, don't go bullet speed. Then it's just gonna go back in my gun.
Oh, shit.
Well, you gotta.
Has he had his baby yet, Gilbertson, or no?
No, he
'Cause
hasn't.
We
I
had
have
the,
his-
had the same due date,
You
right?
Very
beat him to the
similar.
punch.
Yeah.
Yes, you did beat him. They have a date set up just like you did. Like what today?
Yeah,
You said?
C-section. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah, something like
tomorrow.
that. So if I wrote it down, if it, I don't know, when the baby comes, it comes.
All right. Well, best of luck to him, man. That's
Yeah, best of luck to him.
it was an adventure.
It seemed really quick from our point of view. It was like,
It was and it wasn't. Like I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah,
by
for you it was-
hour it was quick, but like being in it and like minute by minute it was like, because it was also like it was very not abnormal, but it was just, it didn't happen in the traditional way in any sense. Like Nadine's water
Came
didn't
out of her
like,
mouth.
yeah. No, her water didn't like break. It was like she was like leaking amniotic fluid for a couple days, and they were like, "Oh, that's normal for you to have a little leaking, as long as it's not like a bunch of leaking, you know." But then by like Sunday, she was like having to change her pad every hour or 2 hours. So then Monday we had a scheduled appointment anyway, so we went in, and the appointment that she goes to is like at the OBG clinic, but it's like kitty corner to the hospital. It's like at the hospital grounds, but it's not the hospital. So she was at the clinic and they tested her, and then it was like, oh yeah, it's amniotic fluid. It's a lot. You need to go to the hospital now, which is like, just across the street.
Yeah.
So we went to the hospital across the street to the labor and delivery, and they did the like official check, because the one they do at the clinic is just like the semi check. And they did the official check. They're like, no, not yet. You can go home. And she was like, what? We were like, what? Like, and so then we went home. Then that night she started like feeling cramps in her abdomen. And then by the morning she was like, no, I'm pretty sure these are contractions. And she was like in pain and having to like hold my hand and like breathe through it. And then they were getting closer and closer. So by the time they were like 6 minutes apart, it was like 11 in the morning. And we're like, all right, let's go to the hospital. So by 12:30, we were at the hospital checked in, got us a bed. They checked her again. They were like, yeah, I think it's safe to say your water broke. And we were like, well, nothing changed between yesterday and today except and then so like she never had a full water break. It was just like leaking, and then they were like, yeah, your water's broken. And then we were at the hospital and they were getting ready for the C-section, and I guess it was June 10th, right? And I guess that was the day of the full moon, or the night of the full moon. And apparently, so when we went Monday, the hospital was like empty. There was like nobody there. It was easy in and out, check in, and hey, I think my wife's having a baby. No, she's not. Okay, leave. We get there on Tuesday, and when we're driving in, there's like traffic off the freeway. Like obviously traffic on the freeway is normal for California, but like turning on the side streets to go to the hospital, there was traffic. I'm like, is everybody having a baby today? Apparently everybody was having a baby that day because of the full moon. Like as soon as, when we turned in, we're checking in, and we mentioned like to the nurse when we were in the bed and everything, we were like, just really busy today. Everyone's having a baby. She's like, yeah, it's the full moon. It triggers a lot of like births.
how is that possible? Is that just hokum?
I
Seems like
Yeah.
hokum.
I feel like it might be hokum, but it was
Which-
legit. It seemed legit because there were so many
Yeah.
people there, and like none of them were scheduled that day.
A lot of werewolf babies.
That's what yeah,
witchy.
seriously. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
So then they're like, okay, so we're waiting for Nadine's turn for the C-section. It finally is time for her turn around like 5:30. They wheel her back and then they give me like scrubs to put on so I can go in the OR with her. And then they're like, we're going to take her back, do her spinal tap so she's numb, get her set, and then bring you in once it's time. I'm like, cool. So they take her back. I get scrubbed up. And after like 5 or 10 minutes, I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm like, all right, it seems like a while. I wonder what's going on. And after maybe another like 3 to 5 minutes, the cleaning lady comes into the room and she sees me and she's like, oh, hello. And I'm like, hi. And she's like, I go get the nurse. And I'm like, okay. So she goes and gets the nurse. And the nurse comes back, is a different nurse than the one that's been helping us. She's like, oh, are you going to the OR? And I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to. And she's like, okay, come with me. So she takes me to the recovery room, which is where, she'll come in and out of the OR. And she's like, you can leave your stuff here. Just wait here. They'll come get you when they're ready. I'm like, okay. Another 5 or 10 minutes goes by. It maybe wasn't 5 or 10 minutes, but it felt like that. Like it felt long. And I'm still waiting. And then this nurse comes around the corner, like a little more frantically than all the other nurses. And she sees me and she's like, gestures to me. I'm like, okay. So I go to her and we're walking together to the OR. And as she's like pushing the doors open to the OR, she says, we had to expedite the process. And she said something else, but I didn't. We were at that point. We're walking in,
Yeah,
and
you
I
hear
see,
expedite, and you're like, "What?" What
yeah,
does that
and
mean?
I see my baby being lifted up out of Nadine and just like being taken over. And Nadine's on the table, just laying there, and she's like, okay, like looking at me, like what's going on? And I hear him crying. So that's the first thing I was like worried about, like because they always like in all the movies and everything, they're like, his lungs, is he crying? Blah, blah. But he was crying a storm. So I'm like, okay, he's crying, his lungs are good. But he was like palish blue. And then they like took him over to like an exam table and they're like checking him, doing all this stuff. So first I went to Nadine, made sure I'm like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And she's like, I'm okay. Okay. Is the baby okay? So then I go over to them and I'm like, is he okay? And he's still crying. And they're like, he's okay. We're checking him. Like everything's okay. Do you want to cut the umbilical cord? And I was like, oh yeah. So
Hell yeah, dude.
yeah. So they got a video of me cutting the cord and all that stuff. And he's crying good. And they're like, oh yeah, baby's all good. And they like do all his APGAR tests and whatever it is. And he scored like an 8.9 or something like that. So he passed all the tests, all good.
Nice.
SATs too.
Yeah. And so like I'm going back and forth between him and Nadine. I'm like, yes, he's all good. I'm checking him, making sure, like going and telling her, because she's like laying down and there's a curtain, right? So she can't see anything. And then I made the mistake of like, after like, okay, he's good. And like, they're like sewing her up or whatever. I made the mistake of like looking over, because really the whole point of looking is to like see them lift the baby up and you see your baby for the first time or whatever. But I missed that moment. But I like made the mistake of looking over while they were sewing her up, and her uterus was like inverted and like protruded, and they were like stitching it, and I was like, nope, going back.
Beat your toe videos.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, but yeah, then it was all good, and they sewed her back up, and I was with him, and yeah, it was all good, man. So
now you did show us the picture, and it is magical. But my question is, did they make you wear the shower cap thing?
Yeah. That was all part of the scrubs that I had to wear so I could go into.
Did you tell them like, I don't have hair?
Yeah, I was looking. I don't know what the point of this is, but I guess fuck it, I'll wear it. Yeah.
I never even considered that.
Your love makes you grow one hair.
Yeah,
like
right.
You get one big hair,
and then it falls off immediately into the baby's mouth. Like, no, I should have worn that.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's what the fortune teller said.
So yeah, so it was scary and a little confusing, but at the end it was all good. So, and she's doing a lot better. Incision looks good, and healing well, and he's all good. So
much love and good fortune to the Abdu family. We've been getting pictures, and it's been the highlight of my day whenever I get to see him.
Thank you guys. Yeah, he can't wait to meet his uncles for sure.
I've been loading up on cigarettes. I can't wait to pawn them off to him.
His uncles that'll teach him about anime and shooting guns and picnics. And...
We've got a lot to share.
Yeah.
Not bad influence, just weird influence.
Yeah, just abnormal influence.
David's not going to teach you about picnics, Damien. You got to watch out for the gooses.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, another cool thing is we talked about. Remember how when we talked, I think it was one of our first episodes. Eric's like kung fu episode, and we were talking about how like what weapons we would choose if we would choose like weapons and stuff.
For sure.
So when you get baptized in the Coptic religion, if you don't have a Christian name, then you can be baptized. You have to be baptized in a Christian name. So you can be baptized. You can like pick a name basically. And so it's kind of tradition that like you can just pick a different name if you want. Damien is a Christian name. There is a Saint Damien, so it works. But Nadine was like, "Ooh, I really like the name Abu Safain for his baptized name." And I was like, "Cool, okay, Abu Safain. What does it mean?" And it means man who wields two swords. And I was like, that's fucking dope.
No way.
That's dope
Holy
as
shit.
shit. We're gonna make that's his name. I'm gonna call him Abu Safain from now on.
Call the hospital. We're changing it.
Yeah.
Damien, out of here.
I was like, can we make his middle name Abu Safain? Forget David. David's lame. Damien Abu Safain Abdu. That's dope.
David stands for guy with one sword. Fuck
Yeah, lame. Boo.
That's a cool name.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
So that I thought that was cool too. Little nugget.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what's been going on with me.
When's the when are you guys going to? He's getting baptized in Egypt, right?
No, he was always either going to be baptized here in California or in Vegas. But it's actually going to be in July. So if you guys want to come, July 12th.
Be there with bells on.
Hell yeah, we'll have
And
sandwiches.
swords.
There you go. Yeah, bring 2 swords. So yeah, that's what's new with me. Lots of feedings and yeah, up every 2 hours and sleep every 2 hours.
Have you learned how to change a diaper yet?
Oh yeah, I've been changing almost all of them. I mean,
Nice.
when Nadine was, when we were in the hospital, I did all of them except for a few the nurses did. But yeah, it's honestly I thought that was going to be my biggest struggle was changing the diapers, but I got used to it pretty quickly and it's not too bad. For me, the biggest struggle so far has been feeding him, only because I get nervous about his head. I'm like, you gotta like support his head.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm really waiting for the time where he can hold his own head up. I'll feel more confident with that. But it's just because also like he's been eating more and more every day, and I'm like nervous to keep giving him more. But like he started at half an ounce each time we would feed him, just half an ounce of breast milk, and now he's at 1.5 ounces each time we feed him. And it's like each time I'm like, is he hungry? Is he still hungry? Did we feed him too much? But like I don't know what it's like.
Yeah, is it
He'll
like a
throw it up
dog
there.
where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know those goldfish I told you about? The traumatize me. I'm like, do I feed him? Do I not feed him? Am I feeding him too much? What do I do?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
A hard lesson.
yeah. So this one I got to keep alive though.
He's gonna be a 4-foot tall baby, just 150 pounds.
I fed him too much. Yeah,
Well, if you could roll a blunt, you could change a diaper.
that's true.
I guarantee
It's
it.
pretty much
If you
the
can
same.
dodge a wrench, you can change a diaper.
There you go.
Damn right.
Editor, throw up Mick. What was his name? Mick
Jagger?
No, the dude from the Dodgeball movie.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh, it's gonna bother me now.
The only time I saw Dodgeball, I was at your apartment, and I was high out of my mind. All
That
I
was the
remember
only
is-
time you've ever seen Dodgeball?
Yeah, I remember the pirate guy. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good
We
movie.
had our teens in a chokehold.
Seriously, that was a good movie.
That and Step Brothers and stuff.
Yeah.
Napoleon
Step Brothers.
Dynamite was that one was. I feel like I watched that one like 4 months too late, but by that point, everyone had quoted every single joke from the
Yeah.
movie, so it was
It's a
like,
shame.
That was
That's
a
a good
movie.
movie.
That was one of the movies in like high school where like everyone had seen it, but I hadn't seen it yet. But everyone had
Exactly.
quoted it so much that I knew all the quotes. So at that time, I was just like quoting it and laughing along. And then by the time I saw the movie, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh,
you're like, oh yeah, there's a movie attached to all these quotes.
yeah, right.
It was funny. Isabella hadn't seen it at all, and we watched it a few years ago, and I made a conscious effort to shut up the whole movie so she could actually watch it fresh.
Really?
Wow.
It's if you ever meet anyone who hasn't seen Napoleon Dynamite, keep your mouth shut because it's a good movie.
All right,
It's a
well,
good
good to know.
Yeah.
Another thing to probably bring up since this is our free for all episode is this is reversed, but I think it'll be
No, I can see it. It's
Yeah.
Oh, it's
normal
normal
for
free.
us.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
We got our bingo card. This one's not filled out, but this middle row here is pretty much done. I don't remember what the turkeys are woke
There
now.
was
What,
a-
what was
that
the
one was a
incident for
stretch.
that?
So on Instagram, we will occasionally send each other, funny reels or whatever.
Right. Uh-huh.
And one of them, I think chat one either you or me found, but it was a bunch of turkeys.
You found
Like, okay, thank you. Like mysteriously, it was at a graveyard, and all these turkeys were running around a tombstone that said Harris. So I think that was back when Kamala Harris was in the race, and that one's a bit of a stretch, but fuck it, turkey's woke now.
Right. So we got, let's see, turkey's woke now. I'm going to cross that one off. We got our freebie space. And then yesterday I saw a meme, editor throw the meme up or the tweet up about orcas in the news, about the salmon. It was, and I remember when we did this, I was like, okay, the salmon hats thing is way too specific. Like there's no way that's going to happen.
Yeah, I can't believe one of Chatwin's joke predictions came through.
It was the one. We made it broad so it would be like just orcas, but no, it's specifically the salmon hats one. And then Childhood Cartoon is coming back. It's
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill's coming back. Making a comeback. Yeah. So we almost got the.
All we need is someone to defect to Drake.
Yeah, officially defect, and then.
I was thinking one of us could do it.
That's what I texted in the group chat. Hey, Drake's cool now, and I don't know. Let's by the end of the year. I don't. But
I
also,
don't think he's cool.
I don't either. I don't want to defect to Drake.
Yeah,
someone has to. Someone. I still think that Future is going to renege on this and think, go back and make hits with Drake. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. It's funny. This has happened twice now, where David will text me or the group chat in all caps saying, "Bruh." And because you had a baby last week, I'm like, "Oh my god, what's up, David?" Go,
yeah.
How's the Switch 2? Go, it's good, David. I thought,
well, what do you think I'm gonna text like, "Bruh, my baby died"? Like, what do you think?
Or like, you got another baby? I don't know. But with such life-changing news, now the bros kind of hit different.
Oh, okay.
But this was life-changing last night. We were that much closer, and I will stick to my promise, guys. I'll treat you guys to a steak dinner if we have a
forget a bingo,
full on bingo.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, there's only a couple sizzlers left in Las Vegas, but we'll go.
Did we say it had to be at a sizzler?
All I said was steak. We're gonna have it around dinner time, and it's steak.
Hey, I'll take a McDonald's burger as long as it's with you guys.
Oh,
yeah, I would like a McDonald's too.
Good. Okay, let's change it to McDonald's. That makes it a lot easier.
There you go. How's your Switch 2 been treating you? Speaking of new babies.
Well, just to give you a bit of a break in the breath, I thought I'd break down my Switch 2 journey, because it was one. I decided a little late that I wanted a Switch 2, basically after the Switch 2 came out, because there was a huge, listeners, if you've never tried to get a new video game system right when it comes out, it's difficult. It's either you do what David did, which is, wait in the line or pre-order, and, you go through your trials there, or you are just in a world where almost nothing is out of stock these days. You are grappling with something that is frustratingly out of stock. And I, for about a week, was just hitting the pavement, going to Walmarts near my house, going to GameStops near my house, talking to flustered employees and people that would much rather not talk to me about something that they've been asked 100 times that day. But nonetheless, I went to a lot of Targets, went to a lot of GameStops, and eventually, on top of this, I also was refreshing my phone constantly on the Walmart and Target websites, just trying to get that out of stock label to go away. And I did eventually. I refreshed Walmart, and the out of stock was add to cart. So I, furiously was like, buh. And I did it. And since it was like a Walmart in Arizona that had them, and my card was charged $500 out of nowhere, I have fraud protection. So my bank held the thing and was like,
"Oh my god,
are you sure you want this?" And I'm like, yes. Spend my money. And
spend my money.
So
in Arizona?
Well, yeah, and I get it.
Drive to Arizona?
No.
It was shipped.
It was shipped, but they were like my bank saw a random Arizona $500, and that does sound like
Yeah.
fraud.
Why is he at Walmart buying something in Arizona?
Yeah. Why did he just get a soda at 7-Eleven in Vegas, and now 2 minutes later he's in Arizona? So that it goes through, thank goodness. And the Walmart app is like, okay, it's preparing for, it's on its way or whatever. Didn't get a shipping notice, which is my first kind of like,
Never got the email.
got an email that the order is confirmed, but didn't get a
Oh,
shipping notice.
Really? Okay.
So I'm sitting there, days go by, and I'm reading. I am just poring over Reddit, going, what's, how have other orders on Walmart.com gone?
Right.
And apparently, what happens a lot is their tracking is absolutely abysmal, and just one day it'll show up out of nowhere, like days of yore before the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay, great. And I was joking with Lizzie about this, but at a certain point, I start checking my door so often, like opening my door, looking, going, that I kind of was like an animatronic on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
With enough, there's just, you could set your watch. It's like, oh, every 30 minutes, I go,
Pokemon robs across the street. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
I can't kill him like this. What is he doing? So days pass, and I still hear nothing. And eventually I check, and the little like progress bar on the order is like, it's gone from preparing shipment to ordered. It's gone backwards.
Oh.
I go, that isn't good. And a couple more days pass of me doing my animatronic duty, looking out the door, and randomly, like some night I decided to check it before going to bed, and I didn't even get an email. Just on the app, I check my order, and it's like, oh, the order was canceled. So,
boo, boo, Walmart, boo you,
boo to Walmart.
Boo.
The next
It's kinda
day I
to be
wake up.
expected.
Exactly. I wasn't. It was an
That
awkward
was a
order.
shot in the dark.
It was a shot in the dark, and the next day I wake up early, just not for any reason. I'm just up. And I thought, oh, I made mom her breakfast. She's kind of gone back to sleep. I have time to kill. I'm going to just do a Target run. Fuck it. Why not? And I asked the guy, I was like, hey, do you have any Switch 2s? He goes, no, sorry. And I was like, well, when are you expecting a new shipment? At this point, I'm a little like, I just like some more information. He goes, well, and he looked up his like ledger. He says, okay, well, looks like the next shipment's coming June 26th. But let me check for the Mario Kart bundle, which is what I was wanting. I wanted, because you get,
bro. Oh my god! Like, why wouldn't he assume like either one from the get go?
But at first, my disappointment goes to, oh, cool. This is not, he would have gotten me the one I didn't want. So now he checks for the Mario Kart bundle. He's looking it up. He's like, that's weird. It looks like we got an order in this morning. Let me go check in the back. And he's gone for about 5 minutes, and he comes back with a big box full of fucking Switch 2s with the Mario Kart
God.
bundle. And
Kill him! Rob him!
Kill him!
Swift just judo chop to the neck, and I'm running out of there with 50 Switches. And luckily, the Walmart had already refunded the money that I paid, so
Nice.
bing, bang, boom.
Perfect. That's a lot of money to just
Good
be
thing-
floating in the ether.
Yeah, good thing you asked too. Like if they had any.
Yeah, and you know what? I got to give him credit, because if he hadn't mentioned, because I just assumed he was talking about the bundle. So he was like, no, they're not here. I would have walked out. So shout out to
Jim.
Trevor.
Trevor.
Say Trevor.
All right, shout
Shout
out
out to Trevor.
Yeah,
You really helped a poor old sod out. And Switch is fun. So
nice.
it was the most eventful thing that happened to any of us in the past week.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good stuff, man. You've been enjoying Mario Kart. Did you ever boot up Pokemon on it? Pokemon Scarlet?
I haven't booted up Pokemon yet. I've been enjoying I'm enjoying Mario Kart. Played a little online last night. Got third place. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Nice.
much.
I still haven't done one of those like 24-person races yet.
It's wild.
Seems
Online
like
is
a lot.
Online is scary, because there's people who somehow have been playing this game for 8 months already and have, memorized every corner.
Bro, seriously.
No, I haven't tried Pokemon yet. I booted up Zelda, because apparently they've kind of enhanced it. And
Did you get the upgrade to the Switch 2
Yes.
version? Nice.
Yes. Yeah, got it.
How
for
was
free. Good. I'm not good at this tech shit. I don't know, unless I have like a little thing telling me in the corner that is running 60 frames per second,
Yeah.
I just assume it's like, seems to be going fast. Great.
Really?
So
The Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was like a noticeable difference.
yeah.
Like, especially maybe because in Scarlet and Violet, like you have like that little Pokemon that you ride around, so you're like moving quickly. But the 30 versus 60 FPS, total like night and day. And now the game is optimized to like how it should have run. So like all the Pokemon in the background are moving without like stuttering. There's so many more Pokemon on screen than there like ever were at one time, and they're all moving smoothly. And it's insane.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, maybe I'll try that this evening.
Definitely recommend it.
Well, we've had 2 out of 3 of our weeks. Now, Chatwin, I would like to know about, over this weekend, you seem to have encountered someone who wasn't as normal as you or I. Seems to be that the person that you encountered, this musician, a little bit abnormal, maybe a little odd, off the beaten path,
A little,
strange,
awkward,
awkward, fucked up. I'm out.
Weird.
A little weird, maybe.
Yeah, man. I saw Weird Al Yankovic. This is
Man.
cool. It was really fun.
Very nice. Is it Yankovic or Yankovic?
Vic.
Oh,
No H.
We're all
Yankovic. Yeah, but I thought the H was silent. And
No, the H is invisible.
No, I thought the H was invisible. But loud.
It's one of those C's that just sounds like a CH.
Yeah, that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yankovic. All right, cool.
So he saw the old weirdo himself.
Yeah. It was fun. It was really cool. I'll just repeat what I've been telling everyone is, 2 hours of Weird Al Yankovic
The way you said that.
at full blast is enough Weird Al Yankovic. But
For a
it was
lifetime.
great. Huh?
That's more than enough Al for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch that back. I can't like 2 hours.
Brother.
Oh Jesus!
It was a lot. I was checking my my watch about 3/4 of the way through. So I'm like, all right, let's.
Those music videos though were probably like
right.
some of my most watched music videos growing up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, or just videos in general.
I think you hit on something important that we were texting about. That he is entertaining and there are funny songs, but yeah, the idea that someone is like, that's my favorite humor period is strange to me. No judgment. I guess I'm just this is an observation that's just a lot. It's very
I don't know, man. It's good. It's good though. Bad? Did you do Bad? Did you do the song Bad?
Of course he did. Fat. Yeah, he had the inflatable
fat.
suit and everything.
Yeah, he was in a fat suit.
Because I'm fat. You know it.
There must have been 20 costume changes. It was crazy.
My Mr. Anakin guy.
There were Star Wars ones.
Begins,
Yeah. The Amish I'm Amish guy.
That's my
Amish
favorite.
one.
Amish
Yeah.
Paradise.
Amish Paradise, that's the one.
Yeah, they did. What's the
As I walk
the
through the
Eminem
valley.
one? Like the
Stan. Was it
the
White and Nerdy.
White and Nerdy. Thank
Oh.
you. It's not Eminem. My bad.
No, Riding Dirty. Yeah, White and Dirty.
Riding Dirty.
Yeah. Chameleonaire, I think it was.
Yeah, the tism was strong in
Yeah,
that theater.
yeah. I can only imagine the
strong.
audience. What the audience looked
Dude,
like.
people were singing along. It was really it was something.
So if you had to go to one again, anime convention or another Weird Al concert?
Anime
Oh,
convention.
God. Yeah, maybe. It was the first night of their tour, so even the audio wasn't like ironed out. The whole thing wasn't really ironed out. My ears hurt from like actually hurt. I should have brought earplugs.
How does he look nowadays? Is it still like the crazy long hair?
He's
or-
great. Yeah, he looks great. He's exactly how you would imagine him. I looked it up. Guess how old Weird Al is?
60.
Because he's been around for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 63.
We're right in the middle. 65. I
Oh
think.
yeah, really, right in the middle.
He can
Yeah.
apply for AARP. Good for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Officially, he can get Medicaid. I don't think he needs it, but damn,
Mhm.
he's looking good for a 65. Holy
for
crap.
sure. He's still got a great sense of humor, and I don't know. He can shred the accordion. I'll tell you what.
Oh, we were just talking. See, we were
He
just,
can fucking shred it.
Eric and I were just
Weird-
talking about how we.
accordion came up again.
Yeah. Now, Chatwin, when he shredded said accordion, what did it sound like?
Like polka? What do you mean?
Like,
Well,
like do your best accordion
impression of an
impression.
accordion.
Oh god. Hoinley, Hoinley. Oh.
I feel like
Something
it's
like
the, you know the
That one got
running
it.
you know the running joke in Arrested Development where like none of them has ever heard a
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
None of us can do an accordion.
None of us have ever actually heard an accordion. We can't do the accordion.
Yeah.
Cuckoo-cuckoo-choo.
What was yours then? I mean, we heard David's on my episode, I think.
Yeah, Eric tried to do one too. It was
Mine was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
yeah, I'm not.
or David, I don't want you to wake
Yeah,
the
I'm
baby.
not gonna
but
redo mine. It's, all the
Yeah.
dead cats in the neighborhood will come back to life.
You'll wake Davium.
You'll put him to sleep and wake him. It's like
Yeah.
even if he's awake, you're gonna disturb him.
He's gonna be like,
Oh, Dad.
yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
I respect Al more than
Same.
I find him funny, which is not a burn. I think as a musician, as a performer, he's unparalleled. Like he could,
Yeah, I feel
in
the same
another
way.
life, he could be like a really good touring musician for another band. But
His band was really good too. He had a full band and
Mhm.
two dudes that had clearly played with him forever. Like he had like his core dudes that were all his age that
Yeah.
you could tell that they were very in sync.
Did he do the foil song?
No, he didn't.
Oh, that's a
actually.
sleeper one.
Someone mentioned about foil.
It's that song
green
Royal.
foil.
I'm aluminum foil.
Yeah, yeah.
foil. That's a
Yeah,
good
this
one.
is exactly what I'm talking about.
it is one of those. It's like if David, if you just started by saying, "Yeah, he did a parody of Royals," I'm sure in 3 guesses, Chatwin and I could have guessed what it was.
Yeah. But then, so in the encore, he had this crazy acapella thing, like that was really avant-garde and like super super tight, and totally caught me off guard. And
he has a good voice.
yeah, but it was all acapella, so he's like moving. They're singing all at the same time and doing the same thing. I was like, where has this been the whole time? I could have watched an entire show.
Yeah.
I would love to see Weird Al not play the hits and do whatever Weird Al likes to do, or like make something really interesting.
That actually happened a couple years ago. I was listening to a podcast of my own, and Scott Aukerman from Comedy Bang Bang?
Yeah.
He was saying like he went to an Al show that was at like a really fancy theater in LA, and it was no parodies. It was just the deep cuts of
Cool.
like Al's originals. And it's like I would pay to see that because
Yeah.
I have seen the show that Chatwin described.
You've seen
Almost,
Weird Al?
Yes.
Really?
I saw him almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
What you're describing is the exact same show I saw.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I believe Marcus's parents got us tickets at like the end of the school year. It just so happened he was here probably around this time. And we go and see him. Fantastic show. And it just so happens he's touring again the next year, and we see him again. Identical show. The same
Yeah.
set, same costume changes, nothing out of place. And then it was like, well, I've definitely seen my fill of Weird Al. I saw the same show twice. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I kind of that gives a little validity to my story.
It's probably like the same sentiment when people heard T-Pain sing without autotune for the first time, and they were like, this is really where's this been the whole time? Let's hear some non-autotune T-Pain. You're really
Mhm.
good ass." And then he won the Masked Singer. I don't know
Oh,
if you've
did
ever
he?
heard of that show. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know he won. Good for
I'm
him.
pretty sure he
Yeah.
won. Yeah.
I watch him on Twitch.
He's a really
It's
good
pretty
singer.
funny.
Does he
Oh, yeah,
play
he's-
video games on Twitch?
He does.
Yeah, he's a streamer now, man. Yeah.
He's been on Twitch longer than most people have been on Twitch.
Yeah,
He's been a huge streamer for a long time.
Yeah.
It's shocking. You could talk to T-Pain if you just want to.
Does he answer like the chat? If I ever say like,
100%. He's
"Hey,
a
T-Pain,
great
I love you."
streamer. Mhm.
wow,
Yeah, I think he situated a room in Florida, because I think that's where he lives, where his game room is, and it is amazing. Like he has like the truck simulators that like vibrate,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
panels and shit.
Mhm.
Hell
Like
yeah.
he has poured so much money into gaming, and I think he's got some charity where he's like giving money to kids to game. like Eric and David.
Hey,
He's got a
Yeah.
mansion in Wisconsin. I'm sure he's got some money to
Yeah,
spend on the
it's
gaming.
cool. He's a neat guy. He's really, it's nice seeing T-Pain being like kind of just a down to earth normal dude.
Yeah.
I think Danny Brown does that well, or at least he
Mhm.
used to. He used to just stream, and yeah, that's I don't know, that's fun. I like, talking to your fans, I guess, or whoever the hell turns up. Well, look, I was
waiting to
just
see where
I
you're
was like,
going with it.
someone's
I
gonna
was-
pick up the baton. Someone's got to do something.
I'm listening. Go on, Eric.
I was just seeing where you were gonna go with it. I was-
Oh, yeah, fucking dry. Oh, shit. Why'd I start this sentence?
Oh jeez. Oh,
Have
Lord.
you? How long have you had the Switch? By the way, I'm curious. Has it been like
Me
2
or
days?
David? It's been
You.
like 3 days.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
just got it.
Mm-hmm.
What is it worth getting versus the original Switch? It doesn't seem like that big of an upgrade. You can
Oh,
play
it
all
is.
like the same games.
That's the only-
the
that's-
same games.
yeah, go ahead.
I think the one thing, now I'm approaching this from your shoes, Chatwin. No, I don't think you need to upgrade.
Yeah.
Well, how often do you play your Switch?
It is actually my most played system.
And what games do you play on it?
I have a bunch of games on Switch. That's why I would definitely upgrade to Switch 2 eventually, because I've bought a bunch of Switch 1 games.
Yeah.
Like I've spent hundreds of dollars on Switch games.
They're all compatible. I would
Yeah.
say though, if you're looking for new games, which I imagine you will eventually, wait a year. I'd say
Yeah,
the
when it
price
cheapens
probably
out.
isn't going to go down, but there's
Price might only go up actually. It depends on if we're
That's-
getting
yeah.
into World War III in a few minutes or hours, and then
Yeah,
if the tariffs in China hold or go up or whatever it is, who knows?
sure.
that
here's-
is one of those things. Yeah.
Here's I'll be the devil on your shoulder. I will say the biggest disappointment in the Switch 2 so far is the lack of new games, because literally the only new games that came out were Mario Kart World and then the $10 bullshit tech demo that came out with the Switch, which should
And
have
the
been
paid to inform you how to how the
Yeah.
Switch works.
yeah, that's
I
the
think. Is that
tech
what
demo.
you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, exactly. It's $10.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You gotta be shitting me.
And if
I
you
watched the
actually
preview
want to
for that looks so it was so insulting. Where it's like, hey, this is there's like a timing game where it's like, does this look like 30 FPS or
Yeah,
60
yeah,
FPS?
yeah.
It's like, as a gamer, you're making me feel boring. This is not what I enjoy.
right. But I mean, it's a kind of cool thing and like a lot of cool information in there. But it's $10, and then if you want to actually complete the whole thing, you need a controller that has the back paddles, which is either a $30 attachment or the $80 or $90 Pro controller, or fits however much it is, and then you need the camera, which is another like $50. So you need those. So it's like $100 and something game all in total if you want to complete the whole thing.
You're not selling me devil on my shoulder.
Well, no, hold
Yeah, I
on.
thought
hold
you
on.
were gonna get to Chatwin to buy
You don't
it.
need that. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't need that. You don't need the $100
guess-
tech demo. But listen.
The angel wants you to buy it, Chatwin.
No,
Then I
listen,
guess
listen.
I'm also a devil.
Listen. I'm
Yeah.
playing devil's advocate while also
This
being the
sucks.
devil here. But I will say, if you can snag one, I would get one, because you will notice the difference. Which do you have, the OLED Switch or the like original Switch?
I have the Switch Lite.
The Switch Lite.
Yeah.
A billion % you will notice the old
Yeah, I
Switch. I think Eric can back me up on this point at least. The old Switch, and maybe especially the Switch Lite, feels like a goddamn kid's toy compared to the Switch 2.
Hmm.
The Switch 2
hardware-
feels like a man's machine.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna go that far, but the technology does feel a little bit sleeker.
Yeah, like it's heavier, it's bigger,
You're like
like
the
it's
used
smoother.
car salesman.
Yeah, I don't know.
The clerk at Target was like, "Enjoy your man's machine, sir."
And then a lot of the games, well, not a lot, but a bunch of the games that you probably, that's why I asked like which games you play mostly, but some of them got
Yeah.
good upgrades or updates to Switch 2 versions. So I don't know, like if you're playing Zelda or Pokemon or other games super frequently, then it's worth it because you're going to get free updates and you're going to, be playing these games in ways you haven't been playing them so far.
Right.
Do it.
As another devil, I say don't do it. Wait.
Do it. Do it.
I got better things to spend fucking $500 on.
Okay, like
Buy,
what?
buy another
Jesus.
Xbox.
Name five.
5 things?
Yeah.
Well, I just had to fix a flat. My car broke down.
Okay, you can
There's
have
a lot of things.
You have a Jeep. The tire is like $100, right?
Well, no, it was free.
Didn't you already have the
tire?
tire?
It was free.
Yeah. They'll plug a tire for free.
What? Okay, so then that doesn't count. What
I
else?
could find something
you're
better
still-
for $500 to
Name
spend.
You get
Three.
5
Okay,
really nice
three.
meals.
Name 3.
Yeah, 5 nice meals.
Nice meals. What the for $500?
One really nice
Yeah,
meal.
$500 meals.
Yeah.
Where are you getting as a single person? How could you even spend $500 on a meal unless?
No,
it's
you're
like...
not hearing me. $500 meals.
Oh.
Yeah. $100 each.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good.
I guess, but then okay. What else? No, I'll count that as
Clean
one.
out a Jack in the Box, get 100 tacos for 5 days, and then you know what? You won't live to have
Okay,
to have.
we're just gonna count that as food. Okay,
Eat like a king.
food is one. What else?
All right, dude. The list can go.
Yeah,
on.
there's no
Frankly,
list.
I am enjoying the privilege of using your Xbox.
I'm not gonna take it away from you. Then what?
And then I'll be fucked.
Big
I can
argument,
sp-
I'm going to take away my.
I'm gonna take it
nice
away from you, and I'm gonna as soon as this
then I
episode
can use
ends.
that dollars to pay for the Game Pass. Then.
As soon as this episode ends, I'm driving out to Vegas, driving to your house, and breaking it and smashing your Switch. And then what?
Oh,
And then what?
I have so much saved data on that thing. I have had very good times with my Switch. That's why I'm tempted to get a new one.
Yeah.
It's worth me upgrading. I'm just not going to do it now because it's a pain in the ass to try to find it.
It's
Listening
not-
to Eric's story is enough to make me just wait for a little bit until you find it.
But God is also funny in the way that you probably will walk into the Target next to your house and be like, "Hey, you got Switch 2?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we got a bunch of them. Here you go."
Here's $500.
Yeah.
Well, if God's funny enough to get you a free Switch, yes, do it. I agree.
Now we're talking.
There you go. Well, your birthday just passed. Maybe.
His birthday
I don't know,
present was the
maybe-
tire. That's
Yeah.
that's what Chatwin got.
Maybe a Switch 2 will just show up at your door.
Sure.
You know, I don't think I told you this, David, but a couple weeks ago, before you got your Switch, there was a hiccup where you decided to not go with the pre-order because it was going to come very late.
Yeah.
And you texted me. I'm in the middle of making dinner, and you're like, "So, I don't know if yada yada yada. This what I just said. Do you want this Switch?" And for a half second, I'm like, "Is David gonna buy me a fucking Switch too?" And I
Oh my
responded
God.
like with openly. I was like, "Oh, well, I don't know if I have the funds for it right now." And in my mind, I'm like, "Come on." And then David said, "Okay, well, that's okay. I just wanted to check." I'm like, damn it.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, man.
No, I think you have more important things on your plate. But they're
Yeah.
like Moocherick was like, "Oh man, here it comes, baby." Went down the pipe for old Eric. And,
I've been putting all this time and effort in. Here we go. It's all for this.
all those pod eps, all those edits. Oh, well, thanks anyway, David. And I kept making dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
What are you
No.
What are you cooking for dinner? We haven't heard about your cooking. habit.
Yeah, you still on the tuna melts or?
Oh, guys. Oh, questions just aged me so much.
Oatmeal, eh?
It's just oats. Just oats. No. You guys ever try overnight oats? Lizzie's been into overnight oats, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
they're great.
They're good. You're an overnight
They're
oat man.
boring. I don't do them.
Well,
but
I
they're-
mean, oats are boring. Let's get that out in the open.
Oatmeal's
It's oats.
nasty. This is nasty. You're
You're
all
an anti-oatmeal man.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've
I like
tried it
oatmeal.
several times, and you're all just tricking yourself to think. And no one just eats, no one just eats
I love
raw
when something
oatmeal.
sets David off.
Yeah, no one,
Here we go. Of
no one eats raw oatmeal. You're all putting in like sugar and berries.
course we
And,
do.
so why not just? You're not even. What's the point? You're just eating mush to cover
Well, do
it
you
with
eat,
sugar.
like
But it's
bread,
healthy
or do you
mush.
put toast and
I
stuff
guess
on
I
it?
don't know.
I mean, it's the same thing.
You haven't had like a little cinnamon in your oatmeal, David?
I've tried. It's just still like
Yeah, a little
cinnamon,
brown
gross mush. I don't know. Like,
You got to put in more cinnamon.
Yeah, then I'm like,
Sounds
he's just
mush.
eating a bowl of cinnamon and mush. I'm like,
Sounds delicious.
ah, ah,
To answer your
Sticks
question, no,
to
I'm still
bones.
making fucking tuna melts. Nothing
Ah,
interesting
okay.
there.
How many cans of tuna did you buy there?
Yeah, that
You're
must
still
be-
getting through them. It's a lot of
I
them.
didn't realize we were auditing me on my tuna purchases today.
All right, you keep your tuna.
How
to
many
yourself.
tuna melts a day, dude? Would
One-
you say?
How many? Here's the thing: 1 can of Star-Kissed tuna makes about 2 tuna melts, unless I'm feeling frisky. Then it's a big old tuna melt.
Oh, damn! All right.
And I don't know. I'm having salad for lunch, so that's 1 can a day. The pack comes in 6. So
Are you making
Yeah,
your mom
okay.
tuna melts as well, or is she on a
No.
different?
no, she gets no tuna melts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, keep them all to yourself.
I'm hoarding them.
Your mom's like, hey, Rick, can I have it? No!
Please have a tuna melt.
How dare you ask?
My tuna melts.
Eat your chicken.
Have you cooked for Lizzie yet?
I have not.
Okay,
We've talked
all
about
right.
it, and Lizzie is interested in one of my tuna melts, but I don't know. The opportunity hasn't. Lizzie's been coming over to the house more often, so hopefully we'll see.
You interested in her tuna melt?
Excuse me.
Has she cooked for you?
good swerve. No, besides we've made like popcorn, but besides that, nothing
What
yet.
did you guys take on? Didn't you have a picnic? Who made the picnic?
It was like all pre-made stuff. We had bread
Okay.
and cheese and strawberries.
Yeah, I
and
guess that's not
Nutella
really
and-
cooking. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You haven't made her
No.
like just a brick of cheese sandwich yet?
I could. Lizzie, if you're listening, make you a Plowman's Happy Meal.
That's for Daddy.
That's for daddy.
If you want 18 pieces of sharp cheddar straight to the dome, man. That's actually
That was jarring seeing that on my episode.
What do you mean it was such a
Whoa.
Chatwin thing to do?
It was
Jowen's feeling
thick.
sick, and then he sees me
Jesus.
eat a brick of cheese. He's like, "Oh god."
Oh,
God.
Meech mentioned something about it too when I was on. He was like, "Did he really eat that sandwich?" I was like, "Yeah, man, that's him."
I wouldn't put it past him.
Well,
Nice.
glad my cheese eating is amusing the masses. I don't have an idea for my topic next week, so maybe maybe I'll just eat a bunch of cheese for you guys.
The
And,
government's gonna contact you one day and she's like, "So you're eating a lot of cheese? We'd like to schedule a meeting."
then I'm disappeared. You never heard. You'll never hear of me again.
Do you want to do an episode next week? How's the father life coming?
Yeah, no, we're good. I'm getting
Do
back
you,
in the groove.
That was
back to
nice. I
work.
got to see that little monkey. That
Yeah.
little human being that you got.
Yeah, he'll be around more often, I'm sure. Once he can hold his head up again, I'll be able to like sit him here and hang out with him more.
He did kind of come in.
Yeah, I had to hold him
A little
by the-
wobbly.
Yeah, yeah. He'll get the hang of it. He'll get there eventually.
Yeah, he'll get it. Or he won't. He'll just have a wobbly head forever.
And I hope not. Shit. Going through life like, hey guys, what's up?
You put
Yeah.
headphones on him, people just think he's dancing. All the time.
Yeah, that's true. There you go.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
cool. Well, congrats again, man.
Thank you guys. Congrats
Thank
to you
you.
guys. You're uncles now.
Yeah. Gay retarded uncles.
I'll be a regular uncle. I'll take one uncle. Normal.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe just regular uncles.
There you go. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Everything is Everything. This is Dadvid, Gay Rick, and Retard Win signing off.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Rick. What have I done?
What have you unwrought?
I know.
Everything is Everything is an ABD Productions podcast. Executive produced and hosted by David Abdu, Chatwin Cray, and Eric Helling. Video and audio captured by Riverside.fm. If you have any inquiries, please reach out to us via everythingiseverything69@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.